Hey everyone, and welcome back to Schneid's 15 channel. Today we are going to be doing a Rav4 wheel bearing replacement, the front hub assembly. This one's making a pretty bad whining, and we've determined it to be the right front, and we're going to be changing it. So first off, what you're going to need is a 21mm socket for your nuts. If you have a sport model, 13/16 will also fit, and you can yank that tire off. You're going to need a 30mm 12-point socket to remove your axle nut. So we're just going to get started by ripping off our wheel and our axle nut and then start tearing into it. So once you have your tire off and rim, you take a 30mm 12-point socket that fits on your axle nut there, and due to these center cap designs, they hold a lot of moisture in there, so they'll be a little rusty, so you might want to throw some oil on there just to help it when it comes off, and then we can get to removing our brakes and the rest of the jazz. Alright, so next take a 17mm socket. You're going to remove your two caliper bolts on the back here, and then get a piece of wire or string or whatever you want, and I usually use the coil up here, the shock, and tie around there and hang your caliper up there so you're not putting any strain on your brake line, and get that out of the way, and then your rotor will slide off. Alright, so once you have your caliper hanging, you can take your rotor here, and we had to beat it like crazy all around the hub here and then flip it over. I just gave it a couple whacks and it came right off, so you can put that to the side. I had the nuts on the studs so I didn't damage them, but it doesn't matter because on your new hub it comes with studs anyways. So once you're done that, you can take a 17mm wrench or a 17mm socket and get on the back. There's 4 hub bolts, and you're gonna get those undone, and then we can get to pulling the hub off, sliding our axle through there, and then putting our hub on. Alright, so I got these 4 bolts removed. There's 2 longer ones and 2 shorter ones. You'll remember that when you put them back on. For up top are longer, the bottom ones are shorter. Anyways, you can get on the side of your hub and you can bang on it. On the new one here, you can see right where those bolt holes are. You can get to the side of it here and bang on there, and then if you go, it can twist in there. So it twisted. I didn't need any heat, and it's broke loose. So now I'm going to use a chisel and get behind it and slowly pry it off. You can hit the hub. You don't have to be worried about damaging it because you got a new one again. So just bang on that, and we're going to slowly work it free. Make sure your CV shaft is loose. Ours thankfully is. If it's not, I'd put the nut back on and use a board on the end of it and give it a couple whacks, and it should get loose in those splines if it is caught. So then pull off your nut and you can get it removed. Alright, so we got our hub out of there. I took the brake shield here. I usually don't put these on, but you need that for a spacer in between your hub. So take your new hub. It'll only go on one way. Your bolt pattern's different there. So I took a brass wheel here or whatever you want to use, and I cleaned up the hub, so the mating surface here, so when this slides on, it'll slide on real easy. Just be careful, there's a sensor in here. I assume it's a speed sensor. Just watch that, but clean that all up, and I greased it for the next time that I pull it apart, or hopefully I don't have to. But we're gonna put this brake shield on, put our hub on, and then we'll look up a torque spec for the hub and tighten down our bolts, and we'll be slapping this thing back together. Alright guys, so we slid our caliper on here. We torqued our hub here at 75 foot-pounds. I'm not sure if that's the proper one or not. I couldn't find a torque spec, but that's just what I did it at now. So that's not your proper spec, so don't go by me. That's just what I did it at for now, and you'll have to look up the specs yourself. Throw your caliper or your rotor on first. I grease up behind there so they don't seize. Your caliper on, those are all 17s. Tighten those up to proper torque specs, and then throw your axle or your rim on the axle, rim and tire here, and then lower it down, and then you can tighten your axle nut because you need your wheel on the ground or else your axle's gonna spin. So anyways, that's how to replace a wheel bearing on a 2007 Toyota Rav4. That's all-wheel drive. It should be the same on the front wheel drives. It's a sport model with a 4-cylinder. I think it's the same for the V6 and everything. So it took me, I've been just sitting here taking it easy, working away here. It's a holiday Monday, so I'm in about a couple hours now, but if you really want to get it done quick, you could probably do it in an hour. If you're not talking and screwing around, you'd get it done. So anyways, that's how to change a wheel bearing in a 2007 Rav4. I hope it helped you, and if you have a Rav4 and you need any more how-to videos on it, check out my channel and give it a subscribe. I got lots of videos on these and lots of other mechanical stuff, so give me a subscribe if you like my content. Thank you. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and please give the channel a like and a subscribe. If my videos interest you, please click on my channel and check out my other videos.